Welcome to a new video series I'm releasing once a week here on the channel called the Watch Me Wholesale Show. Now this is the first episode and this is going to be a lot of fun. How it works is I'm going to randomly choose a market. I'm going to quickly find a lead in that market, analyze it and run the numbers, then call and make an offer sight unseen. So if you're a hands-on learner like me, then you're going to really love this new live action video series. Get ready to look over my shoulder and watch the entire process from lead to offer coming up.
For a limited time, you can get a free copy of Jerry Norton's Quickstart Kit with everything you need to flip your first house in 30 days or less. Download it now at myquickstartkit.com.
If you're new here to this channel, I'm Jerry Norton with FlippingMastery.com, and this channel is all about ways to help you make money wholesaling and flipping real estate so you can live your dream life. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss new videos. So the goal here is to randomly choose a market, find a distressed property, and then while you're watching my screen, watch how I quickly analyze it to determine the wholesale offer price, and then you're gonna get to see me call and make an offer. Now, other than editing out anything irrelevant, you're gonna see the entire process unfold just how it happens. Now, there are a few things before we get started. First of all, the point is not to get a deal. That would be icing on the cake, of course, but the point is to show you the process to go from lead to offer. Remember, deals happen if and only when you consistently apply the acquisition processes enough times. Second, in the interest of time, I'm going to use distressed on-market leads because I should have some pictures and I should be able to get a hold of the agent to make the offer. If I had more time, I could track down an owner and we could do the same thing with off-market leads. And third, I'm going to show you how to do this manually for free with no tools so anyone can do it, but stick around to the end of this video. I'll show you a system that can really help you take the process of finding, analyzing, and offering to a whole new level. Okay, let's get started here. I've randomly chosen 10 markets, and you can see that I have them here on my screen on a picker wheel. And what we're going to do is we're going to digitally spin the wheel and randomly choose a market. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. All right, what's it gonna be? Riverside, California. Okay, so now let's find a distressed on-market lead. Let's analyze it using Zillow or Redfin, and then let's call and make an offer. Okay, so let me show you the fastest way to get to some leads. If I go to Redfin and I type in Riverside, it's going to open up a giant map of all of Riverside. And then I'm going to go over here to my filters on the right-hand side. And we're going to click houses. So we're just looking at houses. And I'm going to click one other filter. You can see it brings up a gazillion actives. I'm going to click right here where it says fixer upper only. Now this is a feature offered by Redfin that's really cool. In fact, I did a video explaining how to use this filter to find fixer uppers using Redfin. I'll put the link to that video in the description if you want to a greater detail on how to do that. But if I checkbox fixer uppers only, then it found 10 homes all in Riverside that are active right now. I'm going to click apply filters and here's my list of those homes. I'm going to click on the price filter. It's going to start with the cheapest ones to the highest ones. And then let's just pick this one right here, Tobira or Tobira, I think is maybe how you say it. And let's take a look at this property. So that's right here, down here in this orange crest. And let's open up this property. So if I click on it, it's going to open another tab. Here's this house. And yeah, if you take a look at this thing, I mean, look at it. It's clearly carpet paint so far, but it looks pretty clean. There's our bathroom. And, it looks like a plastic kind of tub surround and, but it's clean. There's our kitchen. So older cabinets, older appliances. There's a good look at that. Old tile kind of countertops, wood floors. But I mean, it's just dated. It's not really in bad shape. It's dated. These are tricky because now we'd have to compete with homeowners on something like this. Needs a little work outside. Looks like the landscaping's been neglected. But if I take a look at this one, let's look at the pictures coming soon. This is kind of great because it's not out yet. It's coming soon. Listed yesterday. Great opportunity. Let's read the listing because this tells us a lot. Great opportunity, 1,800 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2 and 3/4 bath, desirable Orange Crest neighborhood. So we're going to focus on Orange Crest when we comp this. Big lot, cosmetic fixer upper, good bones, needs updating in TLC, priced accordingly. So now what we're gonna do is we've got this listing open. I've gone ahead and favorited it. So I click the heart. Then I'm gonna duplicate this tab. So I've got 2 tabs open now, one with the listing, and on this one I'm gonna click right here where it says neighborhood. It's gonna jump me down to the bottom, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scroll down a little bit further, and you can see right here is Orange Crest. Now, right away it's telling us that the average list price is $549 in Orange Crest, or $232 a foot. So, and that's going off of 30 days of data. Let's go back up here. So look right here, 30 days, the last 30 days, the median list price is $553. Now that's list price, not sold price, but it's bringing it in around a $243. So if I wanted to, I could, if I wanted to do just a really fast analysis, I could take that price per foot right there of $243, so $243, and multiply that. Let me do it on my calculator right here. So I could take $243 a foot times 1840, that's our square footage. So times 1840 to get 447. So you can see 447 is, again, taking the average $243 a foot times the square footage to get that. But let's go ahead and take it a little step further. Let's go ahead and actually look at Orange Crest. So if I click on that, now what it does is it draws the boundary lines around Orange Crest. So this is the neighborhood in Riverside called Orange Crest. You can see here though, we cross a bunch of major roads. So whenever you cross major roads, that's usually when neighborhoods change. So you want to be aware of that. You want to be very cognizant of that. I don't like to cross major roads. Here's our house right here. Now these are actives, but you can see a big change. Like look at, here's, ours is 465, here's a 479, 485, here's a 550, a 600, 650, 650. So we kind of bounce all around in here. But if I wanted to be really safe, well, let's back up. One thing I could do right now is I could say, let's switch this to solds. I'll click houses, and then let's just change it to solds, nothing else, and go back 1 year. Now you can see here we've got a lot of comps. This is a very active market, 272 homes just in that neighborhood that have sold in the past year. Let's go ahead and drop this down to the past 6 months. That still has 136. If I apply that, then what's cool about Redfin is it says we're averaging about $211 a foot. About 2,500 is the average size square footage, which we're only 18. So there's some bigger homes in this neighborhood. Let's add another filter right now and let's tighten up our square footage. Let's put the maximum at 2,000. So we're not looking at any comps bigger than 2,000. That got rid of a bunch of them. Let's put a minimum of maybe 1,500. So see how I'm tightening up our filter to get more accurate data. So we're looking at square footage on our solds between 1,500 and 2,000 feet. That gives us 36 comps now, still in all of Orange Crest. But now if I go down to the bottom, look at what it did. It brought our average to 263 and 1820. We're 1840, so we're right there. We're now averaging right with the average on the solds. So if I didn't want to do any other filtering and just go with 263 a foot, I could take 1840, which is our square footage, multiply that by 263, which is the average of 36 sold comps in Orange Crest between 1,500 and 1,800 square feet. That gets me, oops, I did that wrong. So 1840 times 263 gets me to 483.9. Okay, 483.9. So if I take 483.9 as my ARV, now I'm matching the market. That gives me another good average. Now, if I wanted to go even tighter, so see here, I'm doing layers here. I'm doing, do I spend more time? Do I keep comping? Do I get more accurate? The more filters, the tighter I get, the more accurate my comps are. Let's say that I did want to do that. Not that I do. I don't always want to spend this much time comping, but let's just say that I did. Here's what I would do next. I would zoom in a little bit, and I would not cross major roads. So let's remove the outline, and then let's draw a new boundary. And since we're inside these major roads here, I would follow this road around. I would stay north of Van Buren and then climb up this Trotween Road like that. See how I've kind of stayed now inside that area. I'm not crossing any major roads inside Orange Crest. And then this gave me, let's say, this gave me how many comps now? Let's go to my filters, 19. So we've got 19 comps. That's much more accurate now. And now let's see if that changed it. It brought it down a little bit to 258, average sale price of 260 or 465. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a price filter and start with the cheapest and go to the highest. So we only have 2 homes that even broke 500. This one sold for 500. It's a little bigger at 1931. And this one also sold for 530 and it's 1931. But other than that, everything's coming in under 500. So I don't think we want to push it and go more than 500. And if you look at this comp right here, it's smaller at 1514, but it's like a new kitchen and everything. So, I think we could feel pretty safe with going with, 258, maybe 260. In fact, I'm fine with our original estimate of, 263. So if I go 1840 times 263 a foot, puts us at that 470. I did that wrong again. So let's go 1840 is our square footage times 263 gets us to that 483.9. So call it 484 or 485. So 485 is our ARV. So 485. This is a very cosmetic rehab. I think we could get away with maybe 20, 25 in rehab. So if I follow the formula, then I need to be down in the mid threes, right? 350. If I just do a really simple carpet paint, which we could maybe get away with because it is really clean, then we might be able to pay a little bit higher, closer to 5, maybe high 4s. But again, this is gonna take a seller who's willing to really jump on a cash offer because why? Again, if you look at this house, it's really clean. And if they just hold out, they're gonna get a homeowner that'll pay a lot more than we can pay. But let's get on the phone right now. Let's look up this agent and call and make our offer. So this guy's name here, it says listed by, see this right here, listed by Gary Peck, Century 21 Award. So we're gonna Google right now, Gary Peck Century 21 Award, and see if we can find this guy's. Hi Gary, calling about your listing in Riverside on Tobira Lane.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm an investor looking at this property as a possible flip. What can you tell me about it?
Let's see, we can tell you. Where'd you see it at?
Redfin.
Yeah, Redfin, huh?
Yeah, it says it's coming soon.
Yeah, it's coming soon, not active. It was not supposed to actually go out to the public websites before it's active. But anyway,
Yeah,
it's 4 bedrooms, 2 and 3/4 baths, 1840 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
Got a really, really big yard, backyard. It's 11,000 square foot lot. It's a fixer. But it looks, obviously you'd have to do your own inspections and everything, but
sure.
Structurally it looks okay. Everything's working as far as I know. But it needs paint, carpets, some good gardening work, because everything went dead. We had, with the heat waves. And then, if you really wanted to make it nice, you'd probably want to do something with the kitchen and bathrooms.
Yeah.
But for a rental, you wouldn't have to do that, but for a flip, you would.
Yeah, no, I don't want to rent it. I want to flip it. So yeah, I see the older cabinets, older appliances.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, I spent a minute looking at comps on this, so what do you think this would resell for if I updated the kitchen and bath and carpet paint? What's your take on that neighborhood?
It's kind of a varied neighborhood. Those streets right in there are a little older than the ones around it.
Mm-hmm.
And the further you step out, there's a couple of layers of tracks that went up around there.
Yeah.
And as you step out, they become newer. And those houses are going in the low fives, 520, 530 around there.
Yeah, I'm looking at just sold kind of inside that Orange Terrace Parkway. You know, it loops around north of Van Buren, and then staying east of whatever that next big road is.
I get
Trentwin or whatever. And
actually, Orange Terrace snakes back around.
I mean, would you comp that whole Orange Terrace neighborhood, or would you stay within those? I tend to not like to cross major roads. You know what I mean? When comping.
Yeah.
But anyway, if I just look at those and I kind of keep my filters pretty tight with square footage, like the highest sold one is at 490, but they're not flips. They're not I couldn't find any like true remodels. So I mean, I could see it maybe pushing 5 if it was done right.
That's probably what I would put it at. One thing to consider is, that area kind of goes for a while. There's no listings, and then there's a couple or what have you. But there hasn't been a whole lot of sales this year in that immediate area.
Uh-huh.
And it's at a good price point.
Yeah.
At 500, it's right in there for families that are, either moving up from a condo or, got the second or third kid and you need the bigger place.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost, figure out the payments, it's not going to cost all that much to live there. So
yes.
I would think 500 would be a realistic goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'd have to budget probably about $30,000, do flooring, do paint, new kitchen, new baths, probably 30, maybe 35 to kind of get that thing turned around. So
obviously, depending on what you put into it.
Yeah, yeah, that's typically what I would budget for something like this.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it's probably in there, yeah.
And then running my formula to be worth it with, carry, closing, profit, all that, I'm going to need to be down in the mid threes for that to work.
Oh yeah, there's no way they're going to sell it for that.
Yeah, where do you think it'll go?
I think it'll go. It's hard to tell so far because obviously it hasn't gone active. I'm getting calls on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the next 2 weeks will give me a pretty good idea of where we're at.
Yeah, what's the seller situation? It's vacant, right?
Yeah.
It
was their parents' house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they both died. They didn't die in the house. They died separately. Medical problems.
Does it have to go through probate then, or no?
No.
Okay.
It's trustee. There's the kids. They're successor trustees. They
okay.
have full legal right to sell it.
Yeah. But
if I had to pull a number out of my ass, I'd say, if I got 430, 435, I would probably beat on them pretty hard to sell it.
Yeah, I mean, because the other idea I'm having is not do that full remodel, just paint those cabinets, fix the flooring and some paint, but not update because all the comps in that neighborhood nothing's updated. So I don't know, it might flip. Probably not 500, but it might flip if you just went in there and did some paint and carpet, maybe new counters and just kept the cabinets but painted them white. I've been doing that a little bit lately and it's been working because there's no inventory.
That's what I was thinking too. If I was going to do it, I would just go in there and spray them all.
Yeah, because the cabinets look fine. They're just older, but they'll paint up, maybe throw some new appliances on there. But
maybe throw some cheap counters on the kitchen.
Yeah, those are like tile counters or whatever.
Yeah, it's the old white square tiles.
Yeah, people don't really like that.
But there's not a whole lot of square footage to them. You could do that.
Yeah, it'd probably be $1,500 or something, $2,000 maybe for granite.
Yeah. Exactly.
The yard definitely needs some work because it's all dead and everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but even still, I mean, man, to flip it. See, the problem is I'm competing with homeowners, right? Because it's clean enough. So it's probably going to it's going to go to a retail, not an investor, I'm guessing. Isn't that what you would say?
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little too clean to get a better deal for an investor. But I am all cash. I can close quickly. I'm unrepresented, so I'd let you write the offer. I mean, would you be up to at least call up the sellers and do a verbal? Say, hey, I got a cash buyer, but he's going to be a little bit lower. Are you guys interested in looking at that and just see what they say?
No, they wouldn't be interested at that. If it goes down, probably below, I don't know, 425 or so.
They're not even going to.
They'll probably rent it.
Rent it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you wouldn't do anything if you rented it. You know what I mean?
Well, probably paint it.
Maybe paint it or get rid of that carpet, but
yeah.
Basically throw a tenant in there.
One of the kids used to paint, so I mean, he says if I got out, I was coming to spray it on the weekend.
Okay, yeah. Well, this is not quite then going to work for an investor, I'm guessing, but I am actively looking in the neighborhood, in the area. So if you get something else, call me. I'll let you write it for me. All right. Well, good. Well, thank you for your time. And if anything changes, or if you think this might go for, under 4, if they would entertain that, let me know. Okay.
Hey, send me an email with your information.
Okay. Do you have anything else right now? That's your listing?
Not yet. Not right now.
Okay. But yeah, if you let me know even before you list it, I'll get you my number and see if we can put something together.
Okay.
Doesn't matter
what's your price point?
It doesn't matter. I do the high end and low end. So I'll go over $1 million. I like the high end stuff too.
What kind of spread are you looking for?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. So the formula I like to follow is I like to take whatever the resale value is, take 70% of that, maybe some, depending on how much work it needs, maybe 75, less repairs. And that gets me to...
Okay, so you're saying rehab, resale value, 75% of that?
And then subtract repairs, that gets my buy number.
Yeah. Okay.
So like on this one, it just kind of ruins it. But if I can just go in and do a really fast carpet paint, get it back on market, that's kind of a different formula, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then I would be on something like that. I still want to try to net out like a 30,000 spread after commissions and closing fees and stuff. Yeah. But it definitely puts me a little more aggressive on the buy versus most of the stuff I buy. They're hit pretty hard and they just need like everything. I shouldn't say most of them. I'm doing a lot of these actually where if I can get the right motivated seller that's got some kind of distress, they'll take the cash offer. Even though they could get more retail, they'll take a cash offer. That's like the perfect situation,
Yeah, I understand it.
But if they're not motivated and they can wait, then
they're motivated, but they're gonna see what the market is.
Yeah, but not 375 motivated or whatever.
No, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, but I mean, you'll find them like that where it's a distressed seller and they'll let it go for that, and then I'll come in, put in 30 into it, put it back up for $499.9 and make some money.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get any of those, anything distressed, give me a call.
Okay.
I'll follow up with a text.
Anywhere?
Yeah. Where else do you go?
Well, I'm actually in Orange County.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. I do this remotely. I'm not even in California, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I saw the Michigan pop up.
I'm originally from Michigan, but I'm in Arizona now.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, send me an email with your information, and I'll keep my eyes open.
All right. Thanks, Gary. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
So it was great to get that agent really talking, and I mean, he was open, and we went through different kind of strategy on the exit. You know, there's more than one way to look at the deal. I was looking at it as like a full-blown fix and flip versus like a really light rehab with just a carpet paint idea and kind of the different numbers, but clearly they're looking for a retail buyer, not an investor. But that was really great to actually get on and do that and make the offer. I hope watching me go through the whole thing of finding, analyzing, and offering on a real life deal was helpful to you. Now I want you to imagine if there was a system where you could run your entire wholesaling and flipping business all in one place. And there is just such a system. It's called Flipster, with over a dozen different lead finding tools, built-in analyzers and calculators, an automated comping tool, a robust workflow for every deal, and dozens of other tools. Flipster is designed to help you streamline, automate, and organize all of the steps to wholesaling and flipping houses. To learn more and see it in action, just go to getflipster.com. And if you really enjoyed this video and found it helpful to see that process, let me know that. Leave a comment and say, Jerry, you are a flipping genius. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to my channel with almost 600 videos now. This is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things wholesaling and flipping. And I'll see you on the next video.